but I can promise you, it isn't. And in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I bought a $1.5 million home at a foreclosure auction for $763,000. But it isn't as grand as it all seems. There is a lot of work, a lot of hoops to have to jump through, and a lot of cash out of pocket, including a hoarder who wouldn't leave, multiple visits in court, multiple visits with the sheriff's deputies. This video, I'm gonna show you everything behind the scenes, because life isn't always as glorious as it looks on the internet. I love to show you the realities, the real world. What is it like when you buy a home at auction? Whether it's on the water or just a piece of land like I've showed you in the past. Welcome back to my auction foreclosure series. I haven't stepped foot in the house I paid near $800,000 for 3 months ago. This is wild. It is nuts how the system works in other people's favor. I'm gonna show you today how I'm gonna get into that house. We're gonna walk you through the process, how you can buy homes at foreclosure auctions too, and all the details in between. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get in this house. I just spent almost $1 million on a house that I'm not allowed to step foot in. Today's video is filled with ups and downs, actually mostly just downs. And we're doing a little bit of reconnaissance work right now. That's why I'm on a jet ski. You're gonna join me. Let's go check out this house. So my realtor and I just got finished looking inside this house that's going for auction tomorrow. It is still up for sale, meaning we're able to walk through it, set appointments up with the realtor. The realtor didn't even know that it was going to auction. The seller, owner, never told them that they were in foreclosure. It's in pretty rough shape. Like, it's just looks like it hasn't been taken care of in a while, but it's fairly new, built in '08, I think. Concrete block, a slate roof. It just needs some love. The AC unit's in good shape. It doesn't look like there's an insane amount of bugs, and there's stuff everywhere. Stuff everywhere inside this house too, but normally houses going up for auction, you're not able to look at them like we just did. But like I said, it was still for sale for $1.5 million. And my realtor was able to set an appointment up for us to come look at it. And she said she's had offers of $1 million that she's turned down over and over. And here's where the money is. Waterfront real estate in Florida going for auction. You don't ever see this stuff. This is so valuable right here. Kind of neat banana plants too. And mango trees. And not bins like she's getting ready to move. Bins like they have been storing things for 20 years inside the house. So again, this house is going for auction tomorrow. It doesn't look like she's ready to admit it. Again, my realtor asked what she would take cash. We sold our home in New Hampshire, so I can just pay cash for it as a cash buyer. And they said they've turned down offers of $1 million over and over. They turned down $1.2 million already, which seems nuts because the house needs a lot of love. My realtor's still there talking with their realtor, trying to get the story. And there is a max bid from the plaintiff, meaning the bank. Like, she owes like $763,000. So I offered $100,000 over what her mortgage is on the bank, meaning if she sells it, she'll walk away with an additional $100,000 to use towards whatever new rent, new down payment on a house, new down payment on a condo, whatever it is. I guess kids are out of the house. A lot going on in the backstory for the house. So it's just her living in that house, and she won't admit that. She's not ready to admit that it's going to foreclosure, I guess. So I thought $100,000 over what she owes in the bank was a pretty nice gesture, because tomorrow somebody's going to get it for what the bank owes, or maybe more, or maybe $1 million, maybe $1.5 million. I don't really know. But to get a house on the water in South Florida with 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, you can't find that for $1 million. So I'm just gonna park here while my realtor speaks to their realtor. She's gonna give her a verbal offer before even having to write up a full offer, but it's gotta be done tomorrow. And again, that realtor didn't even know it was going up for auction tomorrow. So I've just been sitting here on this park bench watching the sunset, waiting for my realtor to call me. She declined my cash offer of $865,000. Written offer would potentially put her out of the foreclosure process if she agreed. She didn't. So she's turned down apparently $1.2 million, apparently $1 million. Now she's turned down my cash offer, $100,000 over what she owes. So it's meant to be, it's meant to be. We'll just wait for tomorrow, go through the auction process. I have my deposit already with the courthouse, and we wait. I'll set a proxy bid up to what my cash offer was gonna be, and we'll see what it goes for. Maybe I'll get lucky and no one will bid, and I just get it for just over what the bank wants out of it. We shall see in the next clip. Meanwhile, why I moved from New Hampshire. Check this out, sunsets every night on the water. This is amazing. That's a real bummer. I did my due diligence, found out what she owed. In this situation, me giving her cash would have bailed her out, given her not just $10,000, not $25,000, $100,000 in your pocket to go help you move on, and she declined it. And also, like, her realtor would have got a commission, listed it, took photos, everything, and the realtor doesn't get a commission. So if it goes to auction tomorrow, he won't get anything. So all of his work was for nothing. And then, like, I think right away, you get out of that house. You should be out of that house instantly. Do I get the keys if I'm the high bidder right away? Do I have to go through an eviction process? I mean, if she was closing on a cash offer, she'd have up to 30 days to move with money in her pocket. If it goes to auction, she doesn't get anything, and she's got to get right out of there. Like, leave. Oh, jeez. So many people are going to lose if it goes to auction. Well, we'll find out in the next scene. So I did end up winning the auction. I set a proxy bid. Let me explain how it worked. So I went to my county's website. So I went and put a $40,000 deposit on the house at my courthouse. That allows me to bid up to $800,000. I don't want to bid anything more than that because I assume it needs at least $100,000 in repairs, but honestly, it could need up to $200,000, which will put me at $1 million price tag to live on water in South Florida is absolutely a steal. Everything though is like no inspection, no title insurance. I spoke to my attorney, so it does have a clean title. It just is in foreclosure. I can go and get my auction results and see everything right here. I was the winning bidder at $777,900. So roughly $190,000 less than I offered yesterday. So I basically made $90,000 by waiting the 24 hours, which is wild. Now I have 24 hours to wire the money over, which I've already done. It is now my house. Pretty simple. The county websites are fairly easy, and there are other websites to buy on auctions too. And you just gotta be careful that you know what you're buying and make sure you have a real estate attorney go through it as well for you. So let me explain what's going on. The Florida housing market is nuts. It boomed. Home values in Florida boomed during COVID because of their conservative ways. Let's face it, Florida just allowed a lot more. They allowed people to do a lot more things. A lot of people were stuck in their houses and they wanted to travel. They wanted to just get out and live in the sun. A lot of people moved to Florida. That spiked the home values and the houses went crazy. The housing market went insane. It isn't the same anymore. And I've showed you in multiple videos that I get price cuts every single day on Zillow for people that refuse to admit that their house isn't worth what it was 2 and 3 years ago. Now in this neighborhood is $1.5 million property. They're asking $1.5 million for it, but it went for auction for significantly less. Now I made a cash offer on this house, which I'll explain later, and she declined it and went to auction and I purchased it. Now what you're looking at is live. We're gonna jump back 6 months because this process has taken 6 months. But like I showed you on my tax deeded piece of land, and I showed you in Zillow emails in previous videos, the market isn't what it was and home values are coming down. I love it here. My family relocated here, and this neighborhood specifically is the reason we chose this town. There's no backing out now. I already put all my money into this place, but the woman won't leave, nor will she let me even step foot on her property. We're gonna end up going to court multiple times in this video. We're gonna have to call the sheriff's deputies, unfortunately, in this video. There is so much going on, but I told you we're doing some reconnaissance. Now down these canals right off the ocean is the house. Ironically, I was allowed on the property when it wasn't mine. Now that it is mine, I am not allowed to step foot on the property because she still lives there. So fortunately, because it's waterfront, we can see what the backyard looks like. So we're gonna do a little bit of reconnaissance right now, take the jet ski over and check out the backyard. Okay, reconnaissance active. Her dog is in the backyard, so she is currently residing in the property and obviously home. Everything is overgrown and unkempt, messy, but it is on water, which there's a lot to say for something that's a few minutes from downtown. This is pretty incredible. We have a lot of work on our hands. Overgrown trees, overgrown grass, stuff everywhere. What did I get myself into? I know why I did this. Let's take this water scooter back to the river and I'll show you why I did this. Get started. 14 months ago, my family and I packed up our entire world, closed my business, and moved into that town on the other side of the bridge right there. Why? Because literally what I'm doing right now, this is why. On the other side of those yachts right there is a restaurant that has live music and happy hours every single day. And the neighborhood that I fell in love with is right there. A quick ride to live music every night. And just on the other side of this bridge, and those two right there, is my downtown. That's right, I just took my jet ski to downtown in less time than it would have taken me to drive here. You may have seen me do this before, but that is my city hall. That is how I got here. It was faster to take the jet ski to the town docks than it was to drive to the public parking lot. So I told you this video was gonna jump back and forth a lot. This is a continuation of the clip of me downtown just getting off my jet ski. Now, I always said I want to live in a place where I can wear flip-flops every single day. I walked out my back door with no shoes on onto a jet ski to take downtown to go to town hall, and then walked from there with no shoes on to my county courthouse. Why am I at the county courthouse? Get familiar with this. Get comfortable with this. Now, we always think of court as, oh, we're in trouble, we have to go to court today. It's not just that. There is so much going on in here. So I buy online or bid online, but I actually pay here. This is the administration office where they take care of all of my title work, and I can actually speak to a person. This is where I go to pay my deposit. Now, when you're looking at tax foreclosure auctions, HOA foreclosure auctions, bank foreclosed homes, you need to get accustomed to coming to your county courthouse, your town courthouse, your state courthouse. It varies depending on state. But in this case, I am purchasing a house near $1 million, and I need to have the cash to pay for it. If I win this auction, I need to have $800, $900, $1 million in their bank account in 24 hours from the time I bid on that house. Now, how do they know you're gonna pay? Aha, here's where they get you. 3 days before I bid, I need to put a deposit of 10% of what I want my max bid to be. So if I know I want to pay up to $1 million, they need $100,000 in their bank account 3 days before I can bid. Otherwise, they won't allow my account to bid that high. Now, obviously, I'm not going to walk in with $100,000 in cash. They do take bank wires, ACHs, and they take certified checks, but the certified checks have to clear before they'll allow you to bid. Now, coming up in this video, you're going to see me here a lot because this is where I've been spending most of my time and most of my money, because this house hasn't been easy. I told you the woman wouldn't leave. I'm not allowed on the property even after I spent $1 million on the property. We'll get into that in an upcoming clip. Now, in my county, in my state, everything is done through the courthouse. In other states, it may be different. For example, I bought a beach house, a lake house in Florida. I didn't have to do anything. I bought it online. I bought it on auction.com. I put my credit card down as a deposit. It was so simple. I wired the money to them. I think they were out of Texas, and they mailed me the title afterwards. That was the easiest transaction I've ever had. Like, I don't know why we're buying houses the way we buy them right now, because even here, you give them the money, they do the tax stamps, they issue the title 10 days later. It is so simple. Now, there's no title insurance, meaning I don't know if it has a clear title. And that's where this step comes in. My good old attorney. There are attorneys up and down this road. Find yourself a good tax attorney. Find yourself a good real estate attorney, somebody that knows what they're getting into if you don't. That way they can do your due diligence for you. Yeah, it might cost you $500 up front, but it could save you $1 million on the back end. So do your research and find yourself a good real estate attorney if you're just getting into this, and even experienced. Have them do their research before you place your bids. You don't know what you're going to get into. You might buy a piece of property that you thought had a house on it that doesn't, if you know what I mean. Now, there are also auctioneers, auction companies that will do physical auctions like the right on the property. There's one in New Hampshire called JSJ Auctions that does real estate auctions, and you have to have the physical cash before you bid on that property, and I think they give you 28 days to pay the balance. So I'd show up with a check, certified check to them for $100,000. They'd allow me bid up to $1 million, and then I think I might have 30 days, maybe it's 10 days, might be 10 days to get them the balance. So it is a little different in different states. There are different formats for auctions. There are even auctions on auction.com, which I told you about earlier, in Florida, in this town, going through tomorrow. So not everything is through the county, but I go on my county's website, which I'm going to show you right now. So this behind me is my house. It's been my house for 3 weeks, paid for in cash, in full. I'm not allowed to step foot inside. I don't know what it looks like in there. I don't know if she poured concrete down the drains or spray foam in the drains. I don't know if she's moved out even. All of my life savings tied into a house that I can't even step foot in, and I haven't been able to for 3 weeks because of legalities, fine print, loopholes. The person that lives here is really good at using the system, and I didn't know that when I bought this home. I just left a note on her door. I'm still trying to be friendly, still trying to be helpful, and it is just falling back on my face over and over and over again. Let me show you what's going on. All right, this right here, and through emails, I've been going back and forth. It's been 3 weeks, and I'm not able to enter the house. I'm not able to go on the property. She petitioned the foreclosure. So I won the auction. I paid for it. It's mine. But she petitioned it, saying that she had cash offers and it should have been extended. So even though... All right, so that's what's been going on. The judge signed off on it, and her attorneys are basically just working the system to let her live in that house for free on my dime. I mean, I was earning interest on all that money, thousands and thousands of dollars every month, and now my money's tied up in a house I can't even step foot in. And tomorrow the bank has a hearing with her and the judge can decide whether or not she wants to cancel the foreclosure auction or keep it. The bank's attorney, the one I've been speaking with, said that the decision's already been made And this is just a way that she and her attorney have been delaying, and I guess it's been going on for 4 years. So for 4 years, she's been using the system in her favor to live for free while her house is in foreclosure. And I just walked into her knowing how to use the system to her advantage, and it's gonna hurt me for a while. So who knows how long this is gonna be. I already paid for it. It's my house, but the judge won't give me the title until I have to wait for the court hearing tomorrow. This is so frustrating. Hello, this is Craig.
Hi, Craig. I had missed a call from this number a little while ago.
Yeah. Thank you very much for calling back. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
I recently purchased at a foreclosure auction.
I know the case well.
Oh, okay. So I already paid for it, purchased it. Obviously haven't gotten the title yet, and I think there's an appeal or a motion for appeal. I was wondering if there's something I should be concerned of, or if there's any information you could share with me or recommendations.
So this is what they filed was an objection to the sale, and that objection to sale is currently held. It's going to be scheduled for the 13th.
This Thursday, I think. Yeah, 1:30.
This Thursday, yeah. So at that time, we're going to be objecting to it. Nothing went right here. So essentially, this borrower has been fighting this foreclosure action since 2020. 2019, they tried to file a motion to cancel sale. The court denied their motion to cancel the sale, and the sale proceeded. So assuming on Thursday that the objection is overruled, the order that's going to be entered is going to direct the clerk to go ahead and issue the certificate of title forthwith. So they should proceed to issue that certificate of title and transfer title to you, hopefully within a week thereafter.
Great, thank you. So there you go. We at least have a backstory of what's going on with that house. It's been happening for 5 years. So it's not like I did have a guilty feeling. I did feel bad. It's been happening for 5 years. This isn't a surprise to anybody. Hey, so today I am at the courthouse because the previous owner of the home filed an objection for foreclosure and I'm just going to hopefully assist the bank. I've already paid for it in full for like 3 weeks. Money's out of my bank account. I should be the owner. I should have got the title 11 days after the close, but because of this objection, I haven't. So once the decision's been made, I then have all the paperwork we're gonna go file. So we're in the courthouse now. I'm gonna go to the office building and file everything to get her out of there. Wish me luck, because this is literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars right now, based on their decision. So I left what I was doing early to get down here. They canceled the hearing, and because I'm not actually a party, I didn't get notified of it. So it almost seems like amended notice to cancel. Come now, the defendant, undersigned counsel, hereby cancels the hearing on the objection to sale and motion to vacate foreclosure sale held January 30th, scheduled for today before honorable judge. That's it, no reason. So it just honestly seems like a way to delay me getting the title. I can't get a title today because the objection is still filed, and until there is a decision, I can't get a title. So this honestly just seems like it was a way that she delayed everything. It's called the attorney. I am the new owner. I purchased the property and paid for it at a foreclosure auction on January 30th.
Oh, okay. All right, give me one moment. Let me pull up the case information. And you're wanting to speak with the attorney about the case?
Yeah, I showed up to the hearing today, but apparently it was canceled.
Yes, it was. It was canceled last minute yesterday afternoon, so we probably haven't been able to get that through the mail. Give me one moment, please. It is being reset. Let me see here to March 3rd, but give me a moment. Let me see if the attorney is available to speak with you. I'm not sure if we're able to at this time. Are you represented by an attorney?
I don't want to have to be, and I'm just wondering if this was a way to extend and delay everything, or is there a reason it was canceled?
The hearing?
Yeah, I can't collect the title until the hearing goes through, and I feel like this is just a way to delay, and I'm just trying to figure out if it is or if there was a legitimate reason for canceling.
Oh, I see. Okay, I believe there was a scheduling conflict, but yes, our hearing is on the motion to vacate the foreclosure sale, as you're aware. So we are looking to vacate that.
A few hours later.
My camera died while I was on the phone with the attorney, and I went to the gym, hence the sweat. It's 3:30 on a Thursday in Florida, and it is 87 degrees in February. Wild. So the attorney said that was just a ploy to extend the hearing. It's exactly what I thought. Both sides opted for telephonic hearing, meaning they can appear by telephone. You have to notify the court within 3 days. So the defendant with the objection, the person that lives there, her attorney never filed for a telephonic hearing. So he canceled it yesterday for that reason, did it intentionally. My attorney now is saying that was an intentional move to extend and delay, and he scheduled it for the 3rd of next month, which is 3 weeks from now. And what my attorney found out was the 3rd isn't a date for foreclosure, so it would have been extended again because they don't do foreclosure hearings on the 3rd. So my attorney pushed it off to the next available foreclosure hearing, which is the 10th. So that's literally a month from now. So now that person is going to be able to live there for another month. They're just playing the game. And he said she's been playing it like this for 5 years. So now she has an attorney that, like, this is a new attorney for her because her other attorney probably fired her or she fired him, hired a new trickster to file late, to delay. Meanwhile, my 800 grand is tied up in escrow, not accruing interest for a month. It's like 800 grand's like $4,000 a month in interest. So it'll cost me 4 grand in lost interest, which makes me not feel bad for this woman anymore. So originally I was trying to be civil and trying to go about this the right way and take care of a woman who's down on her luck. Apparently she's been playing this game for 5 years and she's still playing it. It's costing me money now. So I don't really care that much anymore. When the hearing is heard and she loses, I can file for writ of possession right there on the spot. So I'll get the title on the spot and then kick her out. So it'll take a month. I went in the gym, came out. I already have an email. He's attached me to the docket or to the case or whatever. So I get all notifications. I'm part of the case that I was a plaintiff. So that's good too. So next clip will probably be a month from now when we know what's going on. Next game they play, lawsuit hearing. People just know how to play the game and play it and play it well on their side.
The next day.
It's the next day. I had a 9 a.m. call with this attorney, the plaintiff's attorney, the defendant's attorney, that didn't call me back. So we had a 9 o'clock appointment. It's 9:15. They didn't call me back. I just got out of the gym. I literally rushed around this morning. Went to a different gym time for it, and they didn't call me. So that's awesome.
1 month later.
If this went to a regular sale, and I understand this is a 2019 case, and if this was some type of contingent financing, I get that, but this court does have the ability to find, because it's still a court of equity, to vacate.
But don't you have to, my job is to get back to the law part and be specific. So the law, as far as I know, and I know what's being brought up as it relates to the purchaser, your LLC purchased the property.
We used our funds from the sale of our home in New Hampshire to purchase this house for my wife, myself, and 3 kids.
Right, so the lawyer on the phone was raising a technical issue.
I understand.
Which is when you're an LLC, in order to speak in the court of law, you are required to speak to an attorney.
Okay.
So but I recognize that you're here.
Thank you.
Okay, but I can't use that to influence my decision in this matter. So unfortunately, the standard is not met in this case for the court to be in a position to vacate the sale. There's been no showing meeting the requirements of the law.
So let me explain what happened, because I do feel like someone was gonna get the house. Might as well be me. If it's not me, it would be someone. She had a long period of time to sell the house and cash out. Denial is a real thing. I spoke with her and I just wanna help her. So whatever I can do to help her, I can guarantee you, me being nice is going to be my weakness. I should have just been rude, been a jerk. I did let them know that my attorney advised me to file a small claims case for the interest lost since we purchased the house a month and a half ago, which would be about $8,000. She doesn't have that. So I said, if we make this an easy transaction, you let me assist you, I will dismiss the claim on that. But at least that's hanging out there, so it's an option that she knows that could be a potential if it becomes difficult. It's not, I don't want it to go that way. So now we just have to work on getting her out. The clerk said 2 days, I'll get my title. I'll give it 2 days to insure it, get the writ of possession and filed and in order. I just bought a house officially.
A few days later.
So I was actually able to get a hold of the homeowner's realtor this morning, and I reached out and just asked if it's okay to contact him directly instead of the homeowner, just because I know she's going through a hard time and I don't really want to cause any more pain, but there are things that need to be said and done. So here is what I wrote. So, all right, hi. My name's Craig. We met yesterday at the courthouse, and I know The homeowner's going through a hard time, so I hope you don't mind me reaching out to you instead. I'm a firm believer in transparency and want her to know what's going on our end. My lease at our home is almost up and I'd like to do some renovations prior to moving my family. We spent almost all of our money on that house and it's been tied up since January 30th. I want to be as civil as possible with the homeowner and help her in any way that I can while protecting myself and my family. I'm not sure what her intentions are, but I do need her to vacate ASAP, and my fear is her causing any damage to the house prior to leaving. I'm willing to help her in any way that I can and be as accommodating as possible. To be transparent, I am, however, working on the back end to protect ourselves. I was advised by an attorney to file charges if there was any damage to the property and file a small claims case in the amount of lost interest for the payment made on the home January 30th to date at a current mortgage rate of 6.96%, which is what the home has cost me since purchase. $148 a day, 42 days as of tomorrow is $6,216. We will be receiving title tomorrow as well and filing for a writ of possession where the sheriff will arrive and escort her off property. If she vacates willingly with no damage, I'm willing to drop the case and no judgments will be made against her. If she contacts me and lets me know her plan and what she needs, I'm willing to help her. I want to be as accommodating to her needs as possible. I'm also interested in purchasing items from her if she would be open to the idea. If she prefers to reach out, this is my cell. Please believe me when I say that I know this is a hard time. I want to help her in any way that I can and want to be as civil as possible, but also need to protect my family and myself to make sure we have a place to live as well. I think everything's very direct. I am willing to be, don't want to be, but I am willing to be hard if I have to be hard, but I don't want to be. So that's what the point of that email was to say. Reach out, let me help you. If you don't let me help you, it's going to become very difficult for everybody, including myself. But I'm gonna have to follow these things, and those light threats, at least they know I mean business, but I wanna help. And I hope it came off that way as I wanna help you, don't make me be a bad guy. That's the intention of this email.
A few days later.
Update on our house. So I am doing a house video. It has been 2 weeks since court, since the judge granted me the title to the home. I was trying to be patient, polite, helpful, courteous, empathetic. Empathetic or sympathetic? Sympathetic.
Empathetic.
Towards this woman's troubles, despite the fact that she's been living there for free since 2019 and living there since January on my dime. So I sent a text to the realtor that was at the courthouse, and because I had his phone number, he was a realtor that my realtor knew, and sent him a very polite text. So she said, can I have till the end of the month? I said, no, I will give you 10 more days. My family and I are going on a family trip. When we come back, please be gone. She's not left. I drove by this morning, cars in the driveway. I haven't seen trash in the yard, nothing. No debris, doesn't look like a sign of moving. I think she is officially being difficult and taking advantage of my kindness for weakness. Is that how you, geez, I can't say anything right, but yeah, she's whatever. She's taking advantage of me. So we are going to go over with the sheriff. I have an inspection coming Monday for our insurance. So we own this house. We need to have insurance on the home, and the inspector has to come in and look at the house before he insures it. Otherwise, like if that place goes up on fire, we're kind of in trouble. So we're going over and going to call the sheriff and have them meet us there so we can do a walkthrough and then do it again Monday with the inspector.
Police, fire, or ambulance?
Police, please.
Okay, where do you need the police?
Non-emergency, but I'm wondering if I can have a sheriff's deputy assist me. I need to go onto my property, and I'm afraid that it might get volatile, not by my side. I just want to make sure someone's there to stand by if it's possible.
Are you near there?
Yeah, yes I am.
Okay, and what do you need? It's your property, but you...
Yeah, it's my property, but it's being occupied by somebody that refuses to leave, but I have to go on the property, and I don't want to without anybody there.
Okay. Was it like renters, and they just stopped paying?
No, I purchased it, but the previous owner refuses to leave, so I need to get on the property to do an inspection for insurance purposes, and I don't want to go on the property without, and like have there be a notification or anything.
Okay. You need to go on to take pictures, you said?
Yes, please.
What kind of vehicle will you be waiting in?
Land Rover, gray.
What color? Gray, okay. All right, and what's your name?
My name is Craig, C-R-A-I-G.
All right, Greg. I do have my units on a call right now, so as soon as they clear, we'll have them head your way, okay?
Thank you so much. All right.
Welcome.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Now we get to see if they've moved. I don't see a moving truck. I see a car in the street, 2 cars in the driveway. So nothing has been done yet. Nothing's been changed. The for sale sign's gone. Now's the moment. There's the deputy, and it's a little nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness, there's 2 deputies. Oh my goodness, there's 2. How stressed are you?
I'm beyond.
I'm a little stressed too.
My heart's...
I'm gonna go talk to him first,
Yes.
and then...
Please let us just stay in here for a second.
Okay.
I want to go out.